took forever. And right around that time, a little baby was born, and it came into this world with a spark. That's right, it came into this world with a spark of love. And in love, 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 she loved, love, love, she loved, love, love, she loved to sing. But as time went on, all that time with all that stuff, she was no longer singing. Only in the shower, if nobody was at home, or in the car with the window rolled all the way up, or in a choir where she could blend in with everybody. And at one point she said, "What is up with that? There's this thing that I love, that I really, really, really love. Why don't I do it?" Well, this is her story. She came on planet Earth the same as, and you can, anytime you want. She came on planet Earth the same as you and you and you and you and you and everybody else. A boy, a girl, and a spark. And then she got her very own spark. And her spark had a job in a theme song. It goes like this. Love, love, love. It's here to show her all about love. To find it, to feel it, and follow. To find and feel and follow what she really, really, really loves. That's right. I'm life itself. I'm in the birds and the bees, the apples and the trees. I connect you to the life, to the joy, to the force. You take it to your heart, feel it in your blood. You forget all about me, act like you don't care. But wherever you go, I will be there. Wherever you go, you know I'll be there. Wherever you go, I am there. But as it goes on planet Earth, she also got a brain. And her brain had a job in a theme song. Staying alive, staying alive. I'm staying alive. That's right. I'm here to survive, and it's all my job to keep the spark alive. And if it gets real scary or hairy in here, I'm going to use my best weapon. I call it fear. A tiger, a tantrum, any kind of threat. I can't tell the difference. My programming is set. We can fight, we can flight, or we can just freeze. But you're going to remember, you best believe, yeah, you got to remember. We don't want to repeat. You got to remember, my job is complete. So with her spark and her brain to keep her safe, she was doing pretty good. She also had mom and dad to look out for her. But unfortunately, that spark between them had turned into a bomb. And it was going off at her house all the time. Daddy would go home and say, "Well, I'm in a pepper too, but then." And mom would say, "Well, what are we gonna never forget like that?" And her little spark said, "Well, where is that love you said was mine, oh mine, until the end of time? Or was it just a lie? Love." Well, one night she was in her crib, and they weren't coming to pick her up because they were so busy with that humming and the wah. And so she was in her crib just crying so loud. Her face was so red, her eyes popping out, her mouth so wide, no sound coming out. And that is when Mr. Lizard, her ancient reptilian brain, stepped in to help her out. He said, "There is something terribly wrong with you. Otherwise, they would be here to pick you up right now. I don't know what it is, but you sure do need a diaper change, just saying. But that's okay." He said, "I got this. I got this. We're just going to cover it up. Whatever is so wrong with you, I got it." And so he took her little baby blanket keep it safe and quiet, so she wouldn't have to wonder what was so wrong with her anymore. She covered it right up. He covered it right up. Okay. And she felt a little better. And then he put her thumb in her mouth. Her very first addiction. Okay. Well, her parents did love her. And they took care of her. And she was about 2 years old. And she is eating a banana. It's really, really good. And she's got it all over. And her spark is so excited. She says, la 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 la. And her father says, humana humana, no singing at the table. Mr. Lizard stepped in to help again. Excuse me, singing is bad. Clearly, it just got you into trouble. And I suggest that you do what he wants right now, not what you want, because he's the one putting those bananas up on this table. And so to help her remember to be a good girl and do exactly what Dad and Mom wanted, he took her little pink jammies, the ones with the feet, super cute, and he just tied it tight around her spark to keep it safe and quiet. I'm a very good girl, don't you agree? I want my mom and dad to be so proud of me. Well, then she went to preschool, and she couldn't help it because her teacher said, come on everybody, hold hands. We're going to sing. And she sang, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it. Shh, her teacher said, too loud. Mr. Lizard stepped in to help her out. I told you that that singing was bad. It got you into trouble again. If you don't do it right, she's not going to like you. And she's the one in charge around here. You got to do it the way she wants. And so to help her remember to do everything perfect, you know, just like teacher said, he took her little jumper and he tied it all around her spark good and tight. He tied it with a bow. Now I'm practically perfect. Yeah. Now she went off to grade school, and she couldn't help it. She knew that singing was bad, but the sun was out. It was a beautiful day like today, and she sang la 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 la. She looked around. All the kids had gathered around her on the playground, and they were looking at her and laughing. You're so weird. And then they all ran away. Mr. Lizard stepped in to help her out again, I'm sure you can imagine. And he said, we've discussed this singing before. Singing is bad. They don't like you, they're not going to like you unless you fit in. Do like they do. And to help her remember that she should not do that crazy singing, he took her jacket and he zipped it right up to here. Whew. Okay. The only problem was she didn't feel so good anymore. She got home and she was really hungry. And she ate a whole box of Captain Crunch cereal. I don't know if you've ever had it, but it can really hurt the roof of your mouth. Totally. So she ate that whole box because, ooh, she was a hungry girl. how great thou art, how great thou art. And then one day, two girls from choir walked by her locker, and they said, "Ooh, did you see her butt? It's so big." Mr. Lizard stepped in to help her out again. He said, "You are way too fat, and you might be ugly too." He said, "You need to look like all those other girls. Look at those skinny jeans they have. You have to get yourself into those, and then maybe they'll like you." And so he strapped those jeans that she was somehow going to get into someday, and he just took them down tight. You gotta look good. You gotta look fine. Well then, as she was on her way to high school, that bomb explosion between her parents got really bad one night. And the and the bam, 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 woo! It was all night long, right behind her bedroom wall. And she was lying there in bed going, she didn't know what to do. She did not have a voice. It was so much feeling, and she was mad, she was sad, she was scared. Mr. Lizard stepped in to help her out again. He said, "You are way too sensitive. You gotta learn to stuff those feelings." No. So to help her remember not to feel so much, because he said you could bust a gut or blow a blood vessel or something. He took her vintage jacket and he tied it, got it on her real good and tight. And then just to make sure that nothing was going to get in or out, he put a little chain on there just to seal the deal. Whoops. Yeah. Locked down. So she felt tougher and stronger, but she really didn't feel anything anymore. And so the very next day, she stole a pack of cigarettes, smoked them all behind the church, and she felt something very nauseous, but she kept on smoking them. And then the next day, she got into her parents' liquor cabinet, because did you know if you pour a little teeny bit out of all of them, nobody will know? She felt something. The whole world was going around and around. And then she got into the medicine cabinet, and she took one of her mom's Percocets on the way to school, and she felt something. The whole world was like a marshmallow. But the most dangerous thing that she tried in order to feel something inside of all of this was the boys. You see, at this point, she was starting to look pretty good. And she'd walk down the street, and the boys would say, "Can you whistle for me?" Like that. And she'd say, I never had any kind of attention like that. I kind of like it. But it's kind of confusing. Well, one day this blue van pulls up, and she's at the bus stop waiting. It was that time when time was taking forever, and that bus was not there. And he said, "Hey, baby, I'll take you wherever you want to go." And as she was walking up to that gray van, he had the bass going. That's the way. I like it. That's the way. I like it. But on the way, she could not hear. Her spark was trying to get her attention, saying, "No, no, no, no. That's not the love. That is not the love that I was telling you about." But she could not hear it. With with all of this, covering it up. So she got into that van. Click. And it was only when he had driven past her destination and crossed the Mississippi River into the state of Illinois that Mr. Lizard stepped in. Ba-boom, ba-boom, boom, 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 boom. We are in trouble now. Boom, 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 boom. And then he started, give me something, Lika. And then he started driving slow, as if he was looking for a driveway or a little road to go off into the woods or somewhere. And he pulled out a knife and he put it on her leg and he said, "Take off your clothes." Whoa. Well, she's a good girl, right? She does what people tell her. So she did. And then, whoo, Mr. Lizard, thank goodness, he said on the count of 3, we're going to get out of this thing. We're getting out. We're getting out. 1, 2, open the door. Oh, and she was on the highway with all that glass and the pebbles and the rocks and rolling down this embankment, looking up at the stars. She did not see any sign of the person coming down. Staying alive, staying alive. I'm staying alive. In fact, this layer right here helped her quite a bit because she didn't even feel that much. In fact, all of these layers came in real handy over the next 10 years. She developed her next most favorite addiction, workaholic. Because if you if you're a good girl, you do what you're told, you do it perfectly, you look good while you're doing it, and you don't feel anything, you are ready for corporate America. Am I right? You are full on ready. They pay you good money for that. And a little respect. So she got herself a job at Time Magazine. And she's up there working like some kind of crazy 20-hour shift or something. And while she's working like a robot at that computer, here comes this fine-looking young man. Give me something. Oh, yeah. And he came over, delivering her mail. And she could way down here, under here. She's hearing boom. And those dotted lines are going between their eyes, right? You know what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah. Yes. In fact, they got married. They dated and they got married a few years later. And at her wedding, she really wanted to sing. She really wanted to sing, but Mr. Lizard was like, they're not going to like it. It's not going to be good enough. But she said, it's our wedding. You got to do this. So with her friends beside her to help her, she sang, and you guys can help me out. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Just like the angels. But she could not see that she had any of this on, though. She thought she was free. No. Because this was just life, you know? Looking good, being perfect, being tough. It was just life. She had some children, and holding that little baby, she had never seen anything so beautiful in her entire life. And she didn't even know there was that much love, that much love to be had. She felt safe enough to sing a lullaby to them, you know, in the little rocking chair. Lullaby and good night, La da da da, la da da, la da da da, la da da, la da 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 da. But it was not the love of her husband or her babies that helped with any of this. It was death. Because her friends started to die of cancer. And her very first friend, Amy, she found out at Amy's memorial that she had wanted to be a lounge singer. And she had never once heard her sing. So not only did she die leaving 2 beautiful children and a husband, she could have been in some smoky bar singing. Tall and tan and young and handsome, the boy from Ipanema goes walking, and when he passes each girl he passes goes, but sadly, Amy died with that music still inside of her. She knew it could happen to her. And so on Amy's 1-year anniversary of her death, she said, I'm going to sing. And Mr. Lizard was, no, it's not going to be good enough. They're not going to like it. They're going to run away. And she said, I'm doing this for Amy. And she sang, and the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on a carousel of time. They didn't run away. They didn't laugh. So more time went on and more friends were dying. And when her other friend, Karen, who she'd always walked with outside, she was on her deathbed. And she knew that she could still walk on this earth and her friend could not. And so she stepped outside knowing that. And every leaf on every tree was just glistening with light. And she could feel the breeze and smell the air, and she just felt so alive. And up in this tree, little Robin was singing his heart out. Life is so very sweet. Life is so complete. Life is so ordinary. Life is always waiting there for me. She knew that was her spark of life. And where had it been all those years? And what was going on? How come she couldn't feel that way all the time? I mean, she said, I'm an American. I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve to feel that every damn minute. On the outside, things look pretty damn good, too. She lived on this gorgeous farm, growing her own organic food. She had a job working at home in her jammies, designing websites and producing videos. And her husband still loved her, and her kids made her laugh. Sounds great, right? No, she's going around. Why do we have to have all these fruits and vegetables? They're coming out of my ears. I got to deal with them. And how come you burp so much? And why is my boss always trying to make me do things his way? So she says, well, how am I going to get from Grumpy Pants over here over to that sparkalicious love that she knew was possible? Well, being a corporate girl, she needed a plan. And so her plan was, she's going to get some more joy, number one. But she went down to Costco. She was looking for that giant box of joy. You know, the really big one, you got to get that cart. They were fresh out. They stopped carrying it, actually. So she remembered that singing had always brought her a lot of joy. So maybe she could do some more singing, maybe. And she was going to quit that perfect jammy job that she had, and she was going to teach other people how to feel their spark, how to find it and feel it and follow. As if she knew how to do that. She did not. But on the way, that is when she met all of these. because the very first time she wanted to invite people to her workshop, she started writing this email. And she found herself, she couldn't actually hit that send button. She's in her chair going, what if they don't like it? What if they don't come? My whole world rides upon this email. She couldn't hit that button. And suddenly this force in her went, push the send button. She pushed it. Send. Nothing happened. She pushed it again. Send. Send. Bam, 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 bam. Before she knew it, she was beating her poor little Dell laptop to death. It never came back to life again. And then she's running outside going, I quit. I quit this Sparkalicious dream life is not going to work. I'll just go to Costa Rica. And then she remembered something. Now, she had taken a business course online before quitting her day job. How to make $1 million without selling your soul. Unfortunately, she did not learn that because otherwise she would tell all of you right now the secret. She didn't learn it, but she did learn that she was really good at something. That whenever things got hard, she was good at running away. So, if a relationship got testy, oh, I'll find a new friend. If work got hard, oh, I'll get a new job. Anything at all, I'm out of here. So this is Rascal, her gift of Mr. Lizard, and this is his theme song. You guys can sing along if you want. Dare, 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 boom, boom. Dare, 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 boom, boom. Dare, 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 boom, boom. Dare, 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 boom, boom. Dare, 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 dare. They call me a Lerbo, da-na-na-na. I got me a cause, dare, 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 dare. Keeping me safe, dare, 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 is my only law, dare, 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 dare. Check out my armor, dare, 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 dare. Leather and chains, da-na-na-na. My only law, da-na-na-na, is never feel pain, da-na-na-na. I'm taking care of business, da-na-na-na. One thing is clear, da-na-na-na. If it gets too real, da-na-na-na, I'll disappear, da-na-na-na. Don't give me any bad news, da-na-na-na. I don't want to hear, da-na-na-na. My special gift, da-na-na-na, is to disappear, da-na-na-na. Cause I don't want to feel, da-na-na-na, anything I don't like, da-na-na-na. I'll jump on my Beamer, or steal your bike, da-na-na-na. Cause I was born to roam, da-da-da. One thing is clear, da-na-na-na. If it gets too real, da-na-na-na, I'm out of here, da-na-na-na. I'm so out of here, da-na-na-na. Bye, y'all. And so, I gotta go. Okay, I'll come back. I'm not leaving a forwarding address. You can just kiss my dust. She said, Rascal, that's his name. Thank you. You have been keeping me safe from so many difficult emotions for so long. But I have got to take you off. We cannot keep running away from everything, okay? He said, well, I've been waiting for this moment for years, actually. That means you don't really need me. But if any of you people give her any trouble about this show or these singings she's doing, you know where to find me. That's right, I do. I'll come get you anytime I need you, okay? I'm going to put you right here. Okay. All right. Whew. Ah. Whew. Ah, that feels better. Oh, love. Ugh. What about this one? Well, this layer that Mr. Lizard gave her. Oh, no, it's this one. Yeah, this one. This one she met because she actually started singing and writing a lot of songs. And and she thought they were pretty good. But she wondered, what am I going to do with them? Do I make a CD or go sing at an open mic night, or maybe come down to Soul Food Coffee House and sing a few? This one came up and said, "Ha! Have you seen those pop stars lately? They are so hot. Like Lana Del Rey, and who else is really hot? There's some really hot girls out there singing. I can't remember who they are. Oh, Lady Gaga, right? She's so hot." And she said, this one said, "Have you looked in the mirror lately? Don't. Just don't. Don't even go there." So her name is Fembot, and here's her theme song. You ready? Gotta look good. You gotta look fine. Keep your makeup on all the damn time. You can use your ways with a feminine style and make them want you with your electric smile. You gotta look good. You gotta look fine. And the most important thing in your life is to shop, 'cause you never go out without the right clothes. I need a new pair of shoes. Where the hell did you get those? You gotta look good. You gotta look fine. You gotta look good. You got to look fine. Because your worth as a woman is on the line. Do I look alright? Do I look okay? I consider plastic surgery every day. My lips could be plumper, my line could be younger, my teeth could be straighter, my hair should be so much greater, my skin should be tanner, my boobs should be enhanced, and my butt should be romance. But I'm never gonna get to that girl on the cover. I'm never gonna get to that girl up on the cover. One up on the billboard, a Photoshop dream, a TV spokesmodel, Barbie doll thing. Hey, you goddess of the American ideal, who are you inside that beautiful shell? Are you real? Do you feel? Do you fart or make art? Tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me, are you real? Real, real, real? La 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 la, you know I got to be real. And so these days, what matters to me is to be okay with my true beauty. Every style, every color, every shape, and every size is beautiful, and my sparks eyes. Don't on and out, people. You gotta keep it real, and not compare yourselves to any ideal. Every shape, every color, every form, and every size is beautiful in my sparks eyes. Take a look around. You guys look pretty good to me. Oh yes, you do. Yep, looking good. All of you. Well, Miss Fembot, you know, you really did help me out a lot in the 80s, I gotta say. But I refuse, she said, I refuse to let the fear of how I look to stop me from doing anything that my spark wants to do. So you're just gonna have to take a break. And thanks for making me buy all those clothes that didn't look that good. And shoes. Yeah, I got a whole closet full of them. All right. But we can play anytime. We can go out, you know, we can have a party and look good anytime you want, okay? Okay. See you later. Ooh. Well, she started hanging out with a bunch of singers in Seattle. They like to do this thing her spark really liked it, really loved it, and had an idea. Why don't you go down to Pike's Market? That's the place where they stand there alone and sing just like that. Wouldn't it be great? Well, on the way to considering if she was actually going to do it, this one showed up. And she sat her down in front of the television, 3 bags of chips, and Battlestar Galactica. Episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Episode 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then season 3, episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. It was a lot. 7, 8, 9. It was a lot of Battlestar Galactica.
A latte.
It was a latte of Battlestar Galactica. Woo. And then at the end of that weekend, she said, well, that was pretty fun, but what about my life story? And so this is Hungry Girl, and this is her theme song. You guys can help me out on this one. Ooh, 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 ooh. Keep it going. I'm a hungry girl. I'm the kind of girl that if there's any Doritos or Cheetos or even Cheerios laying around, don't turn your back. Oh, because I can't be satisfied with just a few bites. No, I'm gonna have to eat them all tonight. I'm like an empty tank. I can't be filled like a ravenous shark. I got to eat so I can feel, but it's never enough. It's never enough. Gonna have more and more, more and more. Ooh, I'm a hungry girl. Ooh, such a hungry girl. I'm the kind of girl that if we're having a conversation, it's going to be 90% about me. I'm such a hungry girl because I need your love, your time and attention, and there is never enough undivided affection. I'm like an empty that I want you to fill it, and it's all your fault if I can't even feel it's never enough. It's never enough. Gonna need more and more, more and more. Dum 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 doo, a hungry girl. Ooh, such a hungry girl. And I'm the kind of girl that needs my caffeination, right? That's why places like this are so popular. And it's good too. And I need my red wine and my chocoholic. Keep it going. Ooh, ooh, a hungry girl. 'Cause if your love don't fix it, maybe something else will. I need something to smoke, a drink or a pill to take me up, take me down, spin me all the way round. Anything but this feeling right here, right now. But I'm gonna need more and more, more and more. It's never enough. It's never ever. It's never ever. It's never, 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 never enough. Whew. Hungry girl, you have kept me nicely sedated and very comfortably away from the pain of chasing my dreams. Thank you so much. But if we are ever going to have that sparkalicious life, you are going to have to take a little breather. Now, I know I'm never going to You're such a part of me. I'm never going to leave you. But I'm going to set you down, set you aside for a while. I'll be back. Thank you, hungry girl. Oh, here's another one that Mr. Lizard gave to her. She finds this one on a regular basis. Going out to sing a song, do anything creative, she would invariably pass by the kitchen counter. And there would be one or two things on there. You know, like a bag, a knife, some crumbs. And she would have to take care of all of that before she could do anything with her art. Right? Right? And then she would get to her studio maybe 3, 4 in the afternoon. And she'd have to organize all of her songs before she could work on one of them. Because if they're out of order, what's the point? And then she might not get around to it because there's a closet somewhere totally that has to be reorganized. It has to be decluttered. Well, at the end of the day, I'm the queen of my domain, everything in its proper place. And that's all that I ask of you too. I'm not controlling, OCD, or high maintenance. I'm just a little bit perfect. Of course, I want you to help around the house, dear, with dishes and laundry and such. But if you don't do it my way, I will glare at you. Why can't you be a little bit more perfect? Just a little bit, just a little bit. Oh, I would love it if you'd just be a little bit more perfect. I maintain my standards of excellence. Don't you want to do the same? And if you can't master it, my darling, just move over. Get out of the way. I'll do it myself. Kids, if you break the crayons, I will not let you make art. But if you put them all back in the proper order of the rainbow, I'll consider it. It's a good start. My children are a reflection of my perfection, and so I insist that you obey. Just do everything right, and I promise you too can become a little bit perfect. Just a little bit, just a little bit. You will like being just a little bit perfect. Mary Poppins is my inspiration, practically perfect in every way. Tina Fey and her extreme organization, it turns me on. What can I say? At work when we're in a meeting, and I know what I'm saying is correct, it only offends and annoys me if you obstinately try to object, even if you're my boss. I don't know why some people resist me. They want things their own way, I suppose. But how can it be you don't utterly agree with my worldview? It's nothing less than perfect. Just a little bit, just a little bit. My opinions are always slightly perfect. This may be my protective shell, but I've worn it so very well. Do I have to give up being perfect? I don't really want to give this one up. Do I have to? I do?
Yeah.
But I like being perfect, because then I get to be right about everything, and you get to be wrong. It's really better that way. Okay. But I can put you back on anytime I want, right? Yeah. Okay. I'll get you later, too. Ooh. Ah, la, 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 la. Oh. This one. This gift of Mr. Lizard was very good with business. she was wanting to do a song or do something that she know her spark wanted, this one would say, is it going to make money? If it's not going to make money, what are you doing it for? And then another one over here would, whenever anybody called her up and said, would you please come over and blah, 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 help me with the, sure. She'd be on her way to doing the song. No, I'll come right over. Or, would you go pick me up somewhere? Would you blah, 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 blah? Sure. And she said, what is up with that? I'm never getting around to that, singing that thing that I love, because I'm so busy trying to make money or do what other people want. Very interesting. Because Dad has 2 PhDs. He's a very successful man. He comes from a long line of entrepreneurs. And Mom is a Zen Buddhist meditating Quaker monk. And she comes from a long line of people for whom being of service is the best possible thing in the world. So she said, wow, I am way past my childhood, and I'm still trying to please Mom and Dad. I'm a very good girl, don't you agree? Won't my mommy be so proud of me? I'm a very good girl, everybody can see. Daddy can see I make lots of money. I'm a very good girl, everybody can see. Won't my mommy be so proud of me? I'm a very nice girl, everybody can see. 'Cause I do what others expect of me. I'm bringing home a bachelor's degree. Won't my daddy be so proud of me? I'm bringing home a bachelor's degree. But what will it do for me? I never do just what I want to do, 'cause then I'd be a selfish poopy poo. I only do what other people want me to, 'cause then everyone knows I'm a good helper. Oh yeah, I'm bringing home a book that I did right. Won't my daddy think that I am bright? I'm bringing home a book that I did right. When he found a mistake on page 10, I thought it was perfect. I wrestle with my ego night and day. Won't my mommy think that I'm okay? I wrestle down my ego every day. But what would it be like at the grocery store without an ego? I don't know. When I'm following my spark, I feel wealthy. Not so much in money, but in my heart, you see. I'm following my spark with songs and stories. And if just one person feels inspired or understood or not so very, very alone, it's good enough for me. Good enough. Little good girl, I could wring her little neck sometimes. Her sweet little neck. She just still gets up in there and says, no, be a nice person. That's not always the best thing to do, just saying. But thank you very much. Thank you so much. You kept me in that little box of what my parents thought was important in life. Thank you. Very helpful. But I think what they really want is for me to find out what success and service to others really means to me. Right? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Whoosh. Oh. Whew. Feeling light. And love, love, la, 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 la. She doesn't want to tell you about this one. Does she have to? Okay. Well, she started telling this story in public, and she told it to Ignite Bainbridge, and there was about 150 people there, a 10-minute version or a little version. And they didn't laugh and they didn't run away. But when she got home that night, she found herself under her covers, and she could not get up the next morning. it was like a heavy weight had fallen down upon her. And it was not sparkly at all. At all. And on day 3, she realized she's actually in the fetal position, with her thumb very dangerously close to her face. She said, whoa, this one, she's so very, very young. Oh, she's so little, she doesn't even have a theme song. But she sounds like this. Don't tell him, don't tell him, don't tell him, don't tell him, don't tell him. I'm ashamed. It's not good. It's so bad. It's not good. I'm ashamed. And she realized that this little one, her name was Shame. And that somehow she had believed that she wasn't good enough for anything. In fact, she didn't even think that she deserved to live. And she's been covering that up all these years, trying to keep it quiet. That feeling. And she sang, don't be scared, don't be scared, don't be scared, don't be scared, you are alright, you are with me, don't be scared, you are loved, you are alright, you are perfect, you are loved, you are loved. Was to follow that feeling. And these were all still here. They're all still here. They're just playing on the same team now, you know? Like this one. If she needs to be tough, you know she can. If she's going to look good, she can. If she wants to be a hungry girl, she can have some chips, damn it. And she could be perfect when she wants to, and still be a good girl and be kind and smart. But now they're all together. And the main thing is, when they come around, because they're kind of like Velcro, really. You know, you go around, there it is again. Go over here, nope, there it is, it's all right there. Doesn't ever really go away. But to know them and love them, it just felt so good. Now, her main job and her theme song is to find it and feel it and follow. Come on, find it and feel it and follow. Come on down and find it and feel it and follow. That spark of life, find it and feel it and follow. Will you keep it going? Find it and feel it and follow. shoulda, coulda, woulda, woulda. And this is the one that speaks that language of the heart, that it's very quiet. You gotta get quiet so you can hear it, find it, and feel it, and follow. Keep it going now. Find it, and feel it, and follow. My life's a story and a song. I want it to go long. I need to be strong. I need to belong. Inviting you to join along. To sing your life and live your very own song. Follow. Now, you may not like to sing, that may not be your thing, but what you got to bring that makes your whole life ring like a bell. Follow, yeah. Write that book, be a vegan cook, teach what you know, help someone grow. Become a wizard, fight Mr. Lizard, so you can find it and feel it and follow. Find it and feel it. Come on, follow. Find it and feel it and follow. Find it and feel it. Come on, follow. Find it, feel it. Oh wait, let's do call and response. Find it, feel it, and follow. I always forget to do this part. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I like to do just a little bit, if you're interested. It's called Feeding the Story. So this is Spark Story. And in order to feed it, the show is called Spark Story. In order to feed it, you would maybe think about what part of the story touched you, if any. And you can think about that. You can share it with a friend. Or you could, if you felt like it, you could speak it out right now if you're feeling very brave and very sparkly. You could say what it was that really spoke to you, because then that helps keep the story alive. It's not just about one person, right? It's about more. So, does anybody want to say anything? Christine!
I like the different clothing and what they meant for the theme song.
Thank you. The clothing and theme songs. Cool. Thank you very much. Yes.
So I really appreciate acknowledging the worth of all of these shells that we wear, of all of these personas that we, and when we take them off, knowing that they've taught us valuable lessons.
They really do. They help a lot.
And they are like Velcro.
And then it's just about balance. Really.
Yeah. Sometimes we're open and ready, and sometimes we're not. And it's okay. It's okay. We can't be sparkly all the time, right? Oh, we can? Okay, good. But it's going to come around every now and then. The fear, right? It's natural. We're hardwired for that.
But
So
if
when
we keep seeing it in each other, it's still there.
Yeah.
And when you have somebody who's seen it once, they know it's there, even when you're all shamey or whatever.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you. Yeah. Anybody else?
The shame part really was. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. You're
No,
not.
no, finish, please. I said it. Okay.
The shame part.
Yeah, I have that story. I've worked on that one a lot.
Seems like we all got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hard on you.
We all got it. There it is.
I think it was the good little girl and pleasing the corporate by doing the right thing. And then sometimes things change in your life and all of a sudden it's like, I've got so much life left. And the most important thing is to live life.
Oh, you guys want to sing?
But after.
Yay!
I want to say one more thing.
Okay.
I also, of course, now I'm older than most of you here, I suppose, but that recognition of your mortality is a gift because you go out in a leaf sparkle and you think, whoa, I'm not wasting any more time.
That's right. Yes.
One other thing that really struck me that I could totally relate to from, times I've been on that treadmill of thinking you have to get everything you should get done before you can do what you want to do. That's a big, big, big one. It's really about fear.
That's what all of these are from. All of them are from the fear. Yeah. I'm not enough if I don't
Right.
get all of this accomplished. Yeah. Yeah. And it's never ending. That whole pile of stuff is always going to be there, right? So it's funny that way. You never get it done.
Now they jump.
You never do. Oh.
I love the comment about mortality because it is a gift to realize that every day is important and you only get this age. Even for young people, you only get to be this age, only have these people, only have these activities today, and enjoy it and embrace it.
Yeah. Right now.
Like that person you want to hug, or
Yeah.
have that conversation you need to have, or have fun. Appreciate it.
Yes. Joy. Enjoyment. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you guys again. I really, really appreciate the opportunity to do this show here. Thanks. And this week I have I don't know what you call it. It's a B&B. I have a farm, a little farm out in the country. And we're having a teen voice week this week. And Alika here has been helping me, and they'd like to perform a song. Would that be okay with you guys?
Love it.
Yeah, love it. Okay, give it up for Alika and Violet.
It's such a pleasure to work with and recognizing their spark and to let them know that they can hold on to it. And like society and all these things will try to take it from you, but it's in your voice and it's in your smile and it's in your laugh. And these girls keep me laughing every day for the last 4 days. And I'm really, really lucky to have had the honor and the blessing from Christine, a sound healer, a book writer, a goddess, a world changer, to let me be a part of her story and let me to be a part of what she's creating. And I hope to be back next year as well.
Thank you.
These girls forever.
Do you guys want to move a little closer to the, because these mics will pick you up a little bit?
Ready?
All my friends are turning green.
I love it. So you got to come back soon. Okay. She's moving to Cali.
No, I'm kidnapping her. She's not going.
Oh, she's not going. Okay. Did you get some nice, something to this chains gonna hold her back? Okay, good. All right. Thank you guys.